Hello students, welcome to English e-learning class 10. Today we'll study second chapter of the book Footprints Without Feet. The name of the story is The Thief's Story. It is written by author Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is an eminent contemporary Indian writer of British descent. He prolifically authored inspiring children's books and was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award to honor his work of literature. So let's begin this story. This story is about two main characters. One is Anil and the other is Thief. And the thief is the narrator in the story. I was still a thief when I met Anil, and though only 15, I was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Here, the narrator, he is a thief. He says that he was a thief when he met Anil, and though his age was only 15, he was very experienced and he was never caught, and he says that he was very successful. He has a very successful hand. Anil was watching a wrestling match when I approached him. He was about 25, a tall, lean fellow, and he looked easygoing, kind, and simple enough for my purpose. I hadn't had much look of late and thought I might be able to get into the young man's confidence. Anil was watching the wrestling match. That time, narrator approached him and he noticed that Anil was of 25 years. He was very tall, a thin fellow, and he was looking a kind person, simple kind person, and easygoing person. And it was very easy to get this person, young man, into confidence. It was very easy to cheat that person, means Anil. You look a bit of a wrestler yourself, I said. A little flattery helps in making friends. The narrator, he told to Anil that he looks like a wrestler. He was knowing that for making friends, to get into confidence of other person, flattering is needed. That's why he said to him, that person Anil, as a wrestler. So do you, he replied, which put me off for a moment because at that time I was rather thin. When he said that Anil is a wrestler, that time to this Anil replied that even the narrator, means thief, looked like a wrestler, and which offended the thief as he was very thin and at that time. Well, I said modestly, I do wrestle a bit. Then thief modestly replied that he also did little bit wrestling sometimes. What's your name? Hari Singh, I lied. Then Anil asked to narrator what is his name. Then he said Hari Singh, and he lied this time, means he has changed his name. I took a new name every month that keep me ahead of a police and my former employers. Here he says that he used to hide his identity every month. He is changing his name, getting every time new name, so that he is keeping himself away from police or any former employers. After this introduction, Anil talked about well-oiled wrestlers who were grunting, lifting, and throwing each other about. I didn't have much to say. Anil walked away. I followed casually. After a little bit introduction of both the persons, narrator and the and Anil, here Anil started talking about well-oiled wrestlers whom he had seen on the screen, who used to make guttural sounds. They lift each other, they throw each other. And here, narrator means thief was not having much to say because he was not knowing about wrestling. And that time Anil walked away from that place and thief also followed him. Hello again, he said. I gave him my most appealing smile. I want to work for you, I said, but I can't pay you. Then narrator asked Anil in a very by showing his attractive smile, he asked for a work, and then he said that he can't pay to this narrator. I thought that over for a minute. Perhaps I had misjudged my man. I asked, can you feed me? Hari had not expected this reply, and he thought to himself that he had misjudged Anil, as he had thought that Anil had a lot of money. Can you cook? I can cook, I lied again. Then Anil asked to Hari, can you cook? Then he said, lied again. Narrator lied to Anil that he can cook. If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you. Then Anil said, if Hari can cook, means narrator can cook, then he can feed narrator. He took me to his room over Jumna Sweet shop and told me I could sleep on the balcony. But the meal I cooked that night must have been terrible because Anil gave it to a stray dog and told me to be off. But I just hung around, smiling in my most appealing way, and he couldn't help laughing. Here, when he asked about cooking, then he said that he can cook. Then he said, then Anil said he can provide food, he can feed Hari. And Anil took Hari to his room to Jumma Sweet shop, and he told him that he can sleep in the balcony. And on that day, Hari had cooked food that night, and that food was so terrible, means it was not good, maybe it was not tasty, that it was provided to Anil had given that food to stray dogs, and he told Hari to go away from that place. But Hari just hung there around Anil because he was not willing to leave that place. He smiled in a most attractive way and he tried to get the job, and he couldn't help laughing. Means Anil could not stop laughing looking at him. Hari was smiling, his smile was so appealing that Anil could not stop laughing looking at him. Later, he patted me on the head and said, never mind, he would teach me to cook. He also taught me to write my name and said he would soon teach me to write whole sentences and to add numbers. I was grateful. I knew that once I could write like an educated man, there would be no limit to what I could achieve. After some time, Anil patted on Hari's head and told him that he would teach him how to cook, means he was ready to teach Hari cooking. He also told him how to write his name. He was ready to teach him how to write a full sentence, how to add numbers, and Hari was very grateful because he was learning many things. And here Hari was knowing that when he would be like an educated man, then there would be no limit, means he can achieve many things, he can do much better, and he can learn how to write, how to read. Like this, there will be definitely improvement. It was quite pleasant working for Anil. I made the tea in the morning and then would take my time buying the day's supplies, usually making a profit of about a rupee a day. I think he knew I made a little money this way, but he did not seem to mind. Here, working with Anil, it was very pleasant experience for Hari. In the morning, he used to make tea, and then sometimes he would go to buy daily needs, whatever was needed daily, that he used to go and purchase, and he was making profit of 1 rupee daily. And even Hari knows that he is making profit of daily 1 rupee, that is known by Anil, but he never minded whatever he was doing. He was okay with that, though one daily Hari was taking 1 rupee. Anil made money by fits and starts. He would borrow 1 week, lend the next. He kept worrying about his next check, but as soon as it arrived, he would go out and celebrate. It seems he wrote for magazines, a queer way to make a living. Here, Anil did not have any regular type of income, as he used to earn money by doing different activities, and you can say fits and starts. Anyhow, sometimes he was getting more, sometimes less. He was not having a fixed job. Narrator says that Anil used to be worried about his paychecks all the times, and as soon as he would receive a check, he used to celebrate with the friends. And a narrator, means Hari, thinks that he used to write for magazines, and narrator also thinks it to be a strange way how he was making his living, how he was earning. One evening he came home with a small bundle of notes, saying he had just sold a book to a publisher. At night I saw him tuck the money under the mattress. Then one day what happened? Anil came home with some money and told Hari that he had just sold a book to a publisher. Before going to bed, Anil put the money, whatever he brought, under his mattress. I had been working for Anil for almost a month, and apart from cheating on the shopping, had not done anything in my line of work. I had every opportunity for doing so. Anil had given me a key to the door, and I could come and go as I pleased. He was the most trusting person I had ever met. Here, narrator, means Hari, says that he had been working with Anil for almost a month, and he had never done anything wrong except only a cheating of 1 rupee daily during work, and he has not done anything wrong. And though he was having sufficient every opportunity for cheating Anil, even Anil has given him the key of his room, and he could come and go whenever he wished to go. Do so, wherever he was willing to go, he can move. But Hari had never done anything wrong, and Anil was the most trusting person that Hari has seen. Hari says here that Anil is the most trusting person, and he has never seen such type of person in his life. And that is why it was so difficult to rob him. It's easy to rob a greedy man because he can afford to be robbed, but it's difficult to rob a careless man. Sometimes he doesn't even notice he has been robbed, and that takes all the pleasure out of the work. Here the person was so much trusting that it was very tough to cheat. Hari says this was the only thing that was stopping Hari from stealing, as Hari thought. It was easy to rob a greedy man because he has the capability, or you can say the money to get robbed, as he knows what is lost from his whatever he is having, what is lost. But when the person is careless, it's not easy to steal, and there is no use of stealing also, because the person is so much careless that he is not knowing what is lost, and how much is robbed, and he is not knowing. So then there is no use of robbing a person who is careless. And Harry also feels that when someone doesn't come to know that he has been robbed, then there is no fun left in robbing him, and then there is no enjoyment of that. Well, it's time I did some real work. I told myself I am out of practice, and if I don't take the money, he will only waste it on his friends. After all, he doesn't even pay me. Then Hari decided that he would start with some work, and real work of stealing. He had not robbed anyone for a long time, and he also justified his act of stealing because Anil's money, because he just wants to justify his act of stealing because Anil was not paying him, where from 1 month he was working, and secondly, if he is whatever Anil is having money, he is going to waste this money on his friends. These two things, by thinking these two things, Hari decided that he should do some real work, and he should get this money anyhow. Anil was asleep. A beam of moonlight stepped over the balcony and fell on the bed. I sat up on the floor, considering the situation. If I took the money, I could catch the 10:30 express to Lucknow. Slipping out of the blanket, I crept up to the bed. Anil was sleeping peacefully. His face was clear and unlined. Even I had more marks on my face, though mine were mostly scars. Hari started his work when Anil was sleeping. There was a little bit light over Anil's bed. Sufficient moonlight was there that was coming from the window. And Hari sat on the floor. He planned that if he took the money, he could leave the city by the train at 10:30 p.m. And Lucknow Express train. Hari anyhow crawled towards the bed and slipped his hand slowly inside the bed mattress. He looked at Anil, who was sleeping peacefully without a single line mark on his face. And Hari says he himself had more scars. He realized that Anil is a very kind person. He is having less worries and good appearance. You can say he is looking very peaceful, but instead Hari is not having good thoughts. You can say he is cheating, and he is a thief, and he is having more scars on his face. My hand slid under the mattress searching for the notes. When I found them, I drew them out without a sound. Anil sighed in his sleep and turned on his side towards me. I was startled and quickly crawled out of the room. Then Hari crept his hand under the mattress, searched the notes, and when he found the notes, and then he drew out without making sound. Anil took a long breath and he turned towards Hari. That time Hari was startled, he was scared, and he just quickly moved out of the room. When I was on the road, I began to run. I had the notes at my waist, held there by the strings of my pajamas. I slowed down to walk and counted the notes, 600 rupees in 50s. I could live like a oil-rich Arab for a week or two. Now Hari has taken money and he went out, When he was on the road, he began to run. He was having that notes he has kept at the waist. He had tied all the notes with the string of pajamas, and he was slowly walking on the road, and he counted it. It was 600 rupees total in the, and notes were of 50s, means 50 rupees notes, and total was 600 rupees. And then when he saw that there are he is having 600 rupees, he thought that he could live a luxurious life like an Arabian sheikh for at least 2 weeks. When I reached the station, I did not stop at the ticket office. I had never bought a ticket in my life, but dashed straight to the platform. The Lucknow Express was just moving out. The train had still to pick up speed, and I should have been able to jump into one of the carriages, but I hesitated for some reason I can't explain, and I lost the chance to get away. When Hari reached the station, he straightway went to the platform without buying a ticket, as he never bought a ticket in his life because he was a thief and it was not his habit. He had always travelled without ticket, and when he reached the platform, the Lucknow train express that was on the platform and was just going to leave the platform. And the train was still slow, and it was very easy to jump and get the train. It was easy to go inside, but he did not do. And there was a little bit hesitation, and even he is himself not knowing what was the hesitation going inside his body, means what he was feeling, but he could not board the train, and he lost this chance to move away in the train. When the train had gone, I found myself standing alone on the deserted platform. I had no idea where to spend the night. I had no friends, believing that friends were more trouble than help, and I did not want to make anyone curious by staying at one of the small hotels near the station. The only person I knew really well was the man I had robbed. Leaving the station, I walked slowly through the bazaar. After some time, when the train had left the platform, Hari was only person standing on the empty platform, and now he was confused where he can spend the night when he was not having friends, because his belief was that friends are more troublesome and rather than they are helpful. Because of that, he was not having friends. He did not even want to stay in any small hotel, because everybody will be just curious to know about him. He knew only one person in his life, and that also he was Anil, and he had robbed him also. He left the station and he was walking through the bazaar. In my short career as a thief, I had made a study of men's faces when they had lost their goods. The greedy man showed fear, the rich man showed anger, the poor man showed acceptance. But I knew that Anil's face, when he discovered the theft, would show only a touch of sadness, not for the loss of money, but for the loss of trust. When Hari was walking through the bazaar after leaving that station, he was just thinking of his observations as a thief. In his short career, in his lifespan, he had realized that everybody, maybe from poor or rich, they show different reactions when they lose something, when they lose their goods. And he says here that greedy person will show fear, and if the person is rich, they show anger. If the poor person, they will accept. But here case with the Anil was different. When he will know that he is robbed, then he will be sad, and Anil will be sad not because of the loss of money, but he would be sad because he has trusted a person and he has kept that person at home. He was helping that person and that person has betrayed him. He will be upset on that thing. I found myself in the Maidan and sat down on a bench. The night was chilly, it was early November, and a little drizzle added to my discomfort. Soon it was raining quite heavily. My shirt and pajamas stuck to my skin, and cold wind blew the rain across my face. Now, when he was walking, he reached in the Maidan, just like a park, and he sat down on the bench. That night was very cold, and it was month of November, and you know that November month is cold, and a little drizzle of water means added to his discomfort, means little bit raining, you can say. And then afterwards this rain was quite heavy. His shirt and pajamas, whatever he was wearing, that stick to his body, and cold wind also blew on the face, and then he was feeling cold. I went back to the bazaar and sat down in the shelter of the clock tower. The clock showed midnight. I felt for the notes. They were damp from the rain. Then when it started raining, Hari again returned back to bazaar. He sat down in the shelter of a clock tower, and the time on the clock, it was 12 o'clock by the clock tower. Then Hari checked the notes, whatever he had stolen. He just checked the notes. It was wet. Anil's money. In the morning, he would probably have given me 2 or 3 rupees to go to the cinema. But now I had it all. I couldn't cook his meals, run to the bazaar, or learn to write whole sentences anymore. Then again Hari started thinking about Anil's money, and if he had not stolen this money, Anil would have given him 2-3 rupees to go for a movie, but that money he had stolen, and he won't be able to go to bazaar to purchase something or to purchase groceries, and even he would not be able to make cook food for him or tea, and he says he will not be getting chance to learn or write whole sentences over, because Anil was teaching Hari all these things. By this he was getting chance to learn. Now he will not be getting chance to learn. I had forgotten about them in the excitement of the theft. Whole sentences I knew could one day bring me more than a few hundred rupees. It was a simple matter to steal, and sometimes just as simple to be caught. But to be a really big man, a clever and respected man, was something else. I should go back to Anil, I told myself, if only to learn to read and write. Now this time Hari realized, earlier when he has stolen money, he was in excitement of getting that money, and afterwards he started realizing. Now he thinks that if earlier he was able to read and write and he could learn many things, he would be staying with Anil, he will learn more. He could earn much. Then after learning, he can write more sentences, complete sentences, and he would be able to earn much more money, and more than few hundred rupees, and that he can earn honestly. And stealing, he knew that it was very easy to steal something from someone, but sometimes it was that easy to get caught as well. Means when the person steals, it's easy to get caught also. So he knew that if he learned to read and write, he could become a big and respected man one day, and even earning more and respect also he will be getting, and he will be a clever person. So then he thought to return back to Anil, and he told to himself, if only to learn, means he was willing to learn reading and writing to become a good person in his life, to become a big man in his life, and for that he returned back to Anil's home. I hurried back to room feeling very nervous, for it is much easier to steal something than to return it undetected. I opened the door quietly, then stood in the doorway in clouded moonlight. Anil was still asleep. I crept to the head of the bed and my hand came up with the notes. I felt his breathe on my hand. I remained still for a minute, then my hand found the edge of the mattress and slipped under it with the notes. Hari went back to Anil's room and he was very nervous. Because he knew that it was much more difficult to return the stolen things and without being caught. It was very easy to steal things, but without being caught, returning the thing, it's very difficult. Hari went to the hallway where he was sleeping and stood there as the moonlight was still falling over the bed. Anil was still asleep. Hari went near the head of the bed and took out the notes. As he was going near the mattress, his hand could feel Anil's breath on his hand. He was just trying to keep the notes. Hari became still for a moment and he found the edge of the mattress and finally slipped the notes under it. He had again replaced the whatever he has stolen. He kept below that mattress. I awoke late next morning to find that Anil had already made the tea. He stretched out his hand towards me. There was a 50-rupee note between his fingers. My heart sank. I thought I had been discovered. I made some money yesterday, he explained. Now you will be paid regularly. Next morning, Hari woke up a little late and Anil had already made the tea in the morning. And Anil extended his hand towards Hari and he just handed over 50-rupee note to Hari. Then Hari thought that he had been caught. Then suddenly Anil explained that he could earn money and he had made some money the day before and he wanted to give him rupees 50 and he said that he will be paid regularly for whatever work he is doing at his home. My spirits rose, but when I took the note, I saw it was still wet from the night's rain. Today we shall start writing sentences, he said. He knew, but neither his lips nor his eyes showed anything. I smiled at Anil in my most appealing way, and the smile came by itself without any effort. Here, when the person Anil had given money to Hari, Hari was happy. But when he took the note, he found that this note was still wet. He understood this was the same note which was kept under the mattress. And it was very clear to him that Anil had discovered whatever Hari had done on that night, means money was taken, again it was kept under the mattress. And then suddenly he says that Anil is going to teach Hari writing sentences. He said to him that we shall start writing sentences. Then knowing this, Anil was knowing everything, still he knew that it was stolen. There was no expression on his face, his lips and eyes showed no anger, and then Hari smiled at Anil in a most attractive way, and that smile came itself on his face of Hari without any effort. So this is the end of the chapter. Thank you.